Well, good morning once again. Welcome to the third day of the Nebraska Ag Expo here at the Lancaster Event Center in Lincoln, now the Sandhills Global Event Center. There was a name change, but one thing that didn't change was it's an excellent farm show, the Nebraska Ag Expo. Bryce, we've had 2 good days in a row, 2 great days in a row, wouldn't you say?
Yep, I would absolutely agree with that. Yesterday we talked about great attendance the day before. We echo that sentiment here on this morning's Sunrise Report. We want to thank you again for joining us all 3 days of the show if you've done so, or perhaps it's your first Sunrise Report. We appreciate you waking up with us as we gear up for another fun-filled day out here at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Also want to thank our sponsors of this year's show, the Nebraska Ag Expo, as well as Crary Industries. We'll hear from Crary coming up in a little bit, but first, let's check in with the folks over at the Nebraska Ag Expo. Record attendance, that's the word from the show organizers, at least as we look to some of the days at this point and compare the numbers to last year. Here's some of Cindy Feldman. She's in charge of marketing with the Nebraska Ag Expo. Here are her thoughts on the first couple of days for attendance.
Yeah, we have had terrific weather. Mother Nature has been kind to us this year. We had higher numbers this year than last year on yesterday, Tuesday, and today seems like it'll be a banner number 2. We're still counting, so we'll let everybody know.
Okay, and always Thursday's a great day to come out to the show because you can get around a little bit easier, and some of these vendors, they don't want to lug all that stuff back to the car. They're willing to make a deal, it seems like.
That's right. Usually there's deals to be made, anywhere from big iron to tools and whatnot. You can find it on Thursdays. You're right, there usually are less people here to walk through the aisles, even though the weather is supposed to be extra nice tomorrow. Don't forget, this is the last show before the year end for tax savings, so come on out.
Yeah, that's a great angle to encourage people to come out to the Nebraska Ag Expo. One of the things that I like about this show is you all are continually trying to innovate with different things. We've talked about a couple of them here on our morning updates, but something you've carried over a couple of years now is a high school exploration. What was that all about this year?
Yeah, we want to get youth and young adults interested in agriculture, and we want to teach them that it's a lot of technology and innovation going on, and it's a good career choice for them. So we toured over 375 kids around the show this week, taught them about being an ag technician or being in sales, taught them about different companies here exhibiting at the show in hopes that they'll choose agriculture for their career post-high school.
Well, I mentioned that you are in charge of marketing with the parent company of the Nebraska Ag Expo. You have a sister show over in Iowa. Your group is called the Iowa-Nebraska Equipment Dealers Association. How important is exposing some of these high school students to those careers for your organization?
It's very important. Our dealers need ag techs really bad. Lots of them will pay for your education, your training, and your tools, and start you at a great salary. You would be set probably for life, and you can still farm. You can still have other hobbies and interests along with that. You get to work in air-conditioned dealerships and work on the biggest and the best equipment sometimes. So yeah, they should check it out. There's lots of positions to be had nearly with all of them. I think there's between 3,000 and 4,000 jobs available in technicians in dealerships in the next 5 years. So plenty of jobs.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, let's recap some of the details for today's show. A little different hours. We'll let the vendors get out of here a little early, right?
Yeah, it will be 8:30 to 3 tomorrow or on Thursday. And there's going to be 4 ag talks at the Expo EDU. Plenty of places to eat lunch at. It should be great. $5 admission if you register in advance at nebraskaagexpo.com.
Yeah, Bryce, coming back to what you said before, the fact that this is a very successful show, right? It's a lot of people are walking around and a lot of variety of people, and I mean that in the age range, right? From those that are looking for a career, potentially in agriculture, to those professionals that have been around quite a while. Huh?
Yeah, great to see those high school kids out here. In fact, my 15-month-old son made an appearance yesterday. They tried to get him enrolled in some of those educational seminars, get him thinking about a career in
Did he seem interested or a little above his head right now? now.
Might be a little above it. You loved looking at the tractor, so big fan of that. And Klaus told him, yeah, hop on in that tractor, and he sure did. He enjoyed that.
Here's the paperwork. Let's sign it.
Yeah.
He just put a footprint right on it. There we go.
Well, it's lots of fun to see the new things happening out here at the Nebraska Ag Expo, but I think sometimes we forget that there's a lot of repeated vendors who come out each year, 17 years now at the Nebraska Ag Expo, that put their things on display. That's the case for our friends over at Crary Industries. Let's learn more about their booth and some of the things they have set up. Dan, tell me a little about the Revolution Ditcher by Crary.
Yes, this is our 6.5 foot diameter Revolution ditcher. The nice thing about it is it cuts a 5 foot flat bottom with a single pass. It can cut up to 10 inches, but however, you usually run out of tractor before you can do that. This is the newest version with the hydraulically driven crossauger that is adjustable both up and down and back and forth. Back and forth up to 12 inches, up and down 8 to 9 inches you can control.
How can people learn more about this online, Dan? Where should they go?
Crary.com under water management are both our ditchers and our plows.
Another great segment there, Bryce. And again, like you say, a lot of unique equipment here. There's some that we're familiar with, but there is also a lot of innovation that is here, not only in technology, but like you said, some new equipment to take a look at. Always improvement, and that's kind of the key in ag, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll feature some new equipment coming up here in a second. But first, want to recap some of the things and preview, I should say, what's happening on the Expo EDU stage. We've told you about some of the content happening. Had a great audience. Several of the presentations, Chad, you were part of yesterday, and happening today. We have a live podcast recording. Certainly want to encourage people to swing by that.
Yeah, absolutely. Grain IQ, the podcast, is going to record a segment here today. We're going to have Luke Beckman from Central Valley Ag, and along with Glennis McClure from UNL Extension. They're going to talk about kind of setting up how we're going to set up for next year. UNL just put out their budgets for 2024, so it's going to be a good 1-2. Let's take a look at our budget. What is it going to take to grow the crop, and then some discussion about how to market that as well.
Encourage a little bit of learning out here at the Nebraska. See lots of stuff and then swing by and learn a bit. What else do we have on tap for the Expo EDU stage?
We're going to talk a little bit about El Nino, climate change, the climate outlook for eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. That's going to round things out here this afternoon. On the morning program on the EDU stage, family farm and ranch succession and how that is changing, and also using cloud-based farm accounting to pinpoint farm profitability. So again, new iron and new technology on display here.
Is it going to rain? That's what that meteorologist is going to get asked about when it comes to looking at what might be ahead. Eastern Nebraska wants some rain.
Yeah, I'm going to, hopefully I'm not going to spoil anything. The answer to your question is yes.
But when?
That I can't answer, sorry.
Well, I teased up we might be learning about some new technology. That was the case, Chad. You had the chance to catch up with some folks over at Balin Manufacturing as they are selling a product made right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's learn about that now.
Showcasing innovation at the Nebraska Ag Expo here in Lincoln, visiting with Greg from Balin's country, and a new technology. This is a way to support agriculture, support livestock. Greg, if you would please tell me a little bit about this product. What are you showcasing here today?
Yeah, this is our Guardian. We partnered with Realm here out of Lincoln. This is a stock tank monitoring system that you just drop in a stock tank. It's cell linked, so it'll tell you the level of your stock tank. It'll also tell you how many gallons the livestock is going through the water going through the tank. Like I said, it's cell link. We have them here in stock. Stop by booth 701, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
Tell me a little bit about the inspiration for this. How did this kind of come about?
Yeah, this has been in the making for a little over 2 years. Just trying to get the perfect product out there for customers to use. There's a lot of remote stock tanks that guys are spending a lot of time and fuel to drive to, and this is a simple solution. Drop it in. Like I said, it reads the temperature, the level of the tank, and
is this a cell panel? Does this kind of take care of itself? Drop it in, let it go?
Yes, this is solar powered, so it's got an internal battery in here, and it's solar powered, so you don't have to worry about it charging.
So again, it's kind of it's a way of producers maximizing their time, right? Like you said, there's a lot of
Absolutely.
time spending going around looking at tanks. This is a link to those tanks, see what's going on real time, right?
Yep, real time on your phone.
All right, very good. So again, remind us if folks are coming to the last day of the Nebraska Ag Expo, where can they take a look at it?
Booth 701, the Balin Country booth.
All right, again, another showcase of the new technologies that are supporting agriculture here at the Nebraska Ag Expo.
All right, Chad, appreciate you filing that report for us, learning about some of the livestock technology happening out here at the Nebraska on display, I should say, out here at the Nebraska Ag Expo.
Yeah, I would say it is, the new ag tech today, crops get a lot of the attention, but it is good to see that. You talked about that earlier, on the first day of the Nebraska Ag Expo, and it is nice to see that with all of the corn and cattle and ethanol and all of that, especially that cattle part. It's good to see that new technology being used here in Nebraska, right?
Well, come on out, folks, to the Nebraska Ag Expo. Today is the last and final day. Certainly encourage you to swing by. We do have a couple of different show hours. We want to just one difference from the regular schedule. We let people get out of here a little early, wrap things up 3 o'clock, right?
Yeah, that's right. 8:30 is when the doors open, and we go until 3 o'clock. But still, it's great weather. It's going to be a full day. So come out. Let's have those good conversations. Let's get a good start on 2024, right?
Okay, before we wrap up and look toward the new year and wrap up our Sunrise Report, Chad, you've been teasing all week that you've tried to find a dad farmer joke. I don't know why, but what'd you come up with?
All right, here we go. You're going to love this one, okay? Ready? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cows go.
Cows go where?
Huh? No. Cows go where? No, that isn't how these jokes work.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Cows go.
What's the rest?
It's cows go who is what you're supposed to say, not cows go where.
Cows go.
I know where cows go.
Cows
They go to the range.
Cows go who?
Cows go moo.
Oh, I had a bad feeling about where that was going to go from the onset of where we're going. All right, let's wrap it up before we hear any more of Chad's lovely farmer dad jokes. Thank you to the Nebraska Ag Expo for having us out. Thank you to them for sponsoring this report, as well as Curry Industries. We hope we did not disappoint the past 3 days on our Sunrise Report. Chad, your final thoughts.
At least right up until those last couple of minutes. No, thank you for being with us. Again, it's been a pleasure to kind of take you around the show here this week. It's been a great one, and we look forward to the 18th annual next year, right?
See you then.